on LinkedIn like I am right now. But the issue is when I play my open, when I play my open and the news, right? The news comes, end of Tory Lowe show, news, then my open. That gives me literally about 3.5 minutes. Now, being a creature of habit, I have to plan that. So when it's shorter, it kind of makes me rush. And then I forget to do stuff because, I'm just like that. However, when I forget to do stuff, I literally forget to do stuff. So it's funny because internally, I'm not really bothered by it. I'm like, okay, there's no news, big deal. But my brain is like, oh, I got to do this. And instead of calming down and say, do this, then this, right? I just try to do everything at one time and then I forget like 2 or 3 things. So today I did it. Said, okay, there's no news. I was like, oh, there's no news. I did my melodramatic, creative, on-air talent thing. Oh my God, I don't know. Why didn't you tell me that? Right? It was no big deal. So we were having a laugh about it, right? So then I did it and I had everything set up. I looked around and I was like, bet. Then I went, oh, I forgot something. So I asked somebody, hey, can you grab that? They grabbed it for me. I said, thank you. Thank you, DJ Brother Z. And all that, right? So I was set. Great. And I went to set my computer up on the ledge where if you're watching me right now. And when I sat it there, my finger hit the button and I went off. And I went, really? Now, if somebody else messes something up, I don't get all bent out of shape. But when I do it, I'm like, oh, idiot. Are you kidding? And so as I'm setting up the beginning of the broadcast, that's what I did. And so now I'm looking at it and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Am I talking negatively to myself or am I, what? What is that? But then sometimes I talk positive to myself and it works. Had a conversation with somebody a couple of weeks ago who was trying to tell me how I was talking about something that had to do with me. I shouldn't do that. And I said, well, first, why is that any of your business, right? Second, that's how I speak to me. I motivate me the way I motivate me. You can't tell me not to speak about me my way because that's what motivates me, right? I remind myself. And let me show you the example. I was ordering something and I told the person I couldn't eat it because I have type 2 diabetes, so I can't eat that. And the person said, well, intimated it because I don't remember the whole conversation. They intimated, well, you shouldn't talk about yourself like that. You should talk positive that I don't have diabetes. I said, I'm not one of those people that lives like that. I'm not one of those people that talks positive all the time. That's a generational thing that I don't do because I can draw on my experiences and figure out how I'm going to make it. One of the ways is to remind myself, hey, dude, you got type 2 diabetes, don't eat that. If you don't want to have type 2 diabetes, you need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. And that's what drives me to go, I'm going to beat this. I got it. Other people aren't wired that way. They have to think and speak positively about everything. Unfortunately for me, life's not like that. I think what happens is people live in this juxtaposed world. They look at differences, they choose one, and they disregard the other. That's dangerous. That can be very dangerous. For instance, think about yes and no. Yes, I always want people to say yes. I want to be positive. Say yes. Well, no is not a negative. You might use it as a negative. Hey, mommy, can I go run across the street on the highway? No. Oh, you don't love me. You're being negative. Actually, I'm keeping you alive. So it's not the word. It's the use of it. What about up and down? Not everything. You shouldn't be down. You should always be up. Well, actually, no. My A1C should be down. It shouldn't be up. Up is not good. It's perspective and how you use it. What about left and right? I mean, it's okay to turn right, but if you're in the left lane, that's a problem. If you turn a left from the right lane, that's a problem. What about big and small? I never really understood big and small because my brain is wired to quantify everything. When you say big, how big is it? 6'1", 6'5", 5'2"? Like what? And if you're 5'2" and someone is 3'1", is the one that's 5'2" the big one? I mean, right? Perspective. What about wet and dry? What about sweet and sour? Should I go into that whole of sweet versus bitter? Is it bitter or sour? Is the opposite of sweet, sour, or bitter? Well, grammatically, what's the word I'm looking for? Scientifically, it would be bitter, I guess. And then somebody used this one, fat and skinny. But you have to quantify all these things. And the problem with being juxtaposed is that if you don't qualify it or put a number on it, you're going to miss what people are saying. You're going to miss what people are trying to tell you. What about dark and light? The Black race has always had an issue with skin tone, which is a whole other show. I don't even know who I would get to come in to talk about light versus dark in the Black race, but I don't want to cause too many fights. But out of all that, there's only one instance that causes differences: personal strife, political strife, wars, rumors of wars. There's only one difference between people, which is actually the most common difference we have in the world. But yet we tend to fight about those things. Now, you would think all of these things would make you choose, but this one juxtaposition will cause one person to kill somebody else. And it's unfortunate because if we could just fix this one thing, literally the world will be a better place. Unfortunately, all of the negative things in the world have come down to two things: black and white.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth this
Saturday at 12 noon for another episode of Diversity and Excellence, powered by Erie Insurance, and hosted by me, Dr. Ken Harris, and Fred Johnson, Vice President and Wisconsin State Manager for Erie Insurance. Fred and I will discuss the excellent career growth opportunities offered by starting your career with who? Erie Insurance. Hey, don't forget, this Saturday, don't miss Diversity and Excellence, powered by Erie Insurance, 12 noon, on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
June is National Home Ownership Month, and only 25% of African Americans in the city of Milwaukee own their homes, despite the fact that we make up 40% of the population. At the core mission of National Home Ownership Month is the belief that every person deserves the chance to live with security, dignity, and hope in a place that they can call home. That is why the award-winning 1017 The Truth is proud to announce our first annual home buying seminar on Wednesday, June 14th, presented by Axe Housing and BMO Harris Bank. Axe Housing will have real estate agents, home buying coaches, and mortgage advisors on site to break down the home buying process step by step. Axe Housing will have professionals there who can do a soft credit pull to review your credit history and to get you pre-approved for a home loan on the spot. Yes, on the spot, home loan pre-approvals. Limited spots are available, so go to 1017 The Truth.
Ryan, fix the thermostat on your own. I think Sharon was able to do it successfully this morning.
Sign up for the Home Buyer Seminar on Wednesday, June 14th at 5 p.m., presented by Axe Housing and BMO Harris Bank.
This is the new 1017 The Truth Milwaukee Public School Athletic Alumni Spotlight.
Marcus Landry, Milwaukee born, became a small forward for the NBA's New York Knicks in 2009. But before Marcus would live out his dreams, he would first have to create them. Marcus began his career at Harold Vincent High School. After graduation, Marcus left Milwaukee and traveled to the University of Wisconsin. Marcus' senior year in college would be his best year. He ended his college career with 1,114 points. This put a spotlight on Marcus. And in 2009, he was drafted by the New York Knicks. Marcus will play for the next 10 years.
Did that work in there? Fixing it? No. Okay.
Accomplished being a Korean All-Star, an Italian League MVP, and an NBA D-League All-Star. Marcus Landry, always a Vincent Viking, and always NPS proud.
This has been your Milwaukee Public School Athletic Alumni Spotlight, presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
The award-winning 1017 The Truth is proud to celebrate Juneteenth. Catch us at the 52nd